What's up, guys? So this is our fifth video of our channel. It's been a couple weeks since we started this whole YouTube thing. So just wanted to share. That's one. That's one of the things that I've learned is that I clear my throat all the time. So when I have to make these videos, I shoot them and then I go back and edit it. And when I edit it, I have to listen to everything I said, and sometimes it's horrible. It's painful. You wish you would have said something different, or you wish you would have been looking at the camera instead of looking over here, like I always look around and all that kind of stuff. So number one is I have learned that I hate being on camera. I've learned that I do not like it. But it's good for me. This is a good experiment, I guess you could say, for my personal growth. I am a very private person. My job is very outgoing, so I'm an extrovert, but when I don't have to be, I prefer to be an introvert. I just kind of hang out by myself. I've got some great friends, but we don't hang out a lot. You know, we get together and go cut down trees with our chainsaw crew for our church, or do stuff like that, but we don't do a great job of just hanging out, mainly because none of us really like to hang out. So this is a good experiment for me to be able to share, to be able to open up. I am a very private person. I'm also a very prideful person, and I don't mean that. I wanted to clear my throat, but I'm not going to. I don't mean prideful in the sense that I think I'm better than people. I mean that I have a hard time asking for help. I would rather just do things myself. I would rather, lean on my own abilities and capabilities. And so since we started doing a lot of these things to improve our property, we call it a micro ranch because it's not big. It's only 16 acres. And we're not really in the homesteading market because we're not striving for complete self-reliance. We're really just trying to make the most out of the land that we have, which it's not your typical flat 16 acres of land. It's very hilly. It's got, huge boulders and cliffs and rocks and canyons and creeks. And so to make the most out of that land is really kind of our journey right now. And what we're trying to share with you guys is just how to maximize that land. So our ranching experience has gone outside of my realm of expertise. I've had to have others help me, and the problem with that, or not the problem with that, I don't mean people come over and help me do things. I mean, we started during the quarantine, so we were home by ourselves all day. Our business was shut down, and the only way I could keep my sanity was to go outside and do projects. So I would look on YouTube to find tutorials of how to do something, how to build a bridge, or how to direct the flow of a creek a different direction, or build a pond, or string a fence, or tighten a fence, all those kinds of stuff. What I found in that was there's this whole world of YouTubers. I had been on YouTube for like 10 minutes before COVID-19 hit, and my kids were on it all the time. They watched all these shows about people who raised goats, because we've had goats, we've had a horse, we've had our ranch, we've had our farm, but we haven't really done a whole lot with it. So this YouTube thing opened my eyes to the fact that people are doing what we're doing, and I can learn from things that they're doing. And if I can learn from them, then that means that other people might be able to learn from me. More times than not, they're probably going to learn the way how not to do something, but at least you can watch me make the mistake and then not make it yourself. So that's where this idea came from, of kind of sharing our life experience on camera and through YouTube, because our situation is not completely unique. It's interesting, I think, but it's not unique. There are people who are doing what we're doing. So if we can help each other and share ideas through this platform being YouTube, then that's great. That's what we're here for. Some of the things I've learned are, number one, have a good plan. I shoot from the hip a lot. I don't draw blueprints or write outlines or do anything like that. And when I build projects, I'm a guy that usually just builds it and it kind of comes together. The problem with shooting from the hip, the problem with not planning, is when you put it on video and watch it back, you realize how inefficient it is. So I've learned to plan better, to research more. There's the old saying of, measure twice and cut once. Well, it works. Measure 3 times. I mean, for goodness sake, it doesn't take long, but if you mess up the project you're doing and you have to go back to the store, it wastes time, it wastes money, it wastes resources. Or in my case, over the last few weeks, you can't go to the store. So if I ruin something, a board that I was using, then I'm just out of luck, and I might have to wait a couple days before I can go back to the hardware store. So plan better. The other thing that I've learned is to use a wind thingamajig on your microphone. So I don't know what they're called. I have no idea. It's like a fuzzy ball that you put on a microphone. So the first thing I did when I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel and video some stuff and see if people like it, right? So I spent all day doing projects that I was gonna do anyways, but filming them. So I had a tripod. We use it in our other business. Put my camera on a tripod, start working, doing stuff, talking to the camera. Animals are looking at me like I'm crazy. Why are you talking to that thing? So I'm feeling pretty good about it, right? Go back in at the end of the day, and the audio is pure garbage because the wind was blowing so hard. If you can see behind me those trees, the wind's like 30 miles an hour right now. So I've got this little fuzzy ball deal up here. So I don't know, you can't see it. But it's supposed to stop the wind. So we'll see, because if this video turns out well, then that thing's doing its job because it's really windy. Anyway, so I ruined a lot of footage and a lot of opportunities to show people what I was doing at the time, which was building some fences in some precarious situations of our property. But you can't hear anything I'm saying, so it's not even worth showing. So that's another thing that I've learned, is that you have to have the proper equipment for anything that you're doing. Take the time, again, to plan, do some research, and then get the best equipment that you can get. The other thing that I've learned about myself is I do not enjoy the journey as much as I should. I like the work and I like the destination, but I don't always enjoy the journey. So what I'm doing today is I'm enjoying the journey. I taught this morning. We had some camps at our business. We went to a dance studio and a gymnastics gym, so I'm a coach. Taught a bunch of little crazy kids this morning. It was great. But now I'm home. Rachel is still teaching, and my kids went over to my brother and sister-in-law's house. So I'm here by myself, grilling some dinner, but it's got like 45 more minutes, so I'm going to enjoy being here. I do a lot of work for my animals, getting it ready for them, doing things for them, feeding them, doctoring them, but I don't always take time to enjoy them. And it's very important, especially where some of these are young or we've just brought them onto our farm recently, that they need some of that interaction so that they can get used to me and people. So I'm going to go enjoy our animals, and hopefully you'll be able to see some of their personalities and just kind of see how they interact, and hopefully they'll get a little more comfortable with me or with anybody that goes out there. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to go over there and we're just going to hang out, feed them a little bit, and just kind of see what happens. So come along and we will go feed the animals. It'll be great. So I'm trying to catch Moses, and he's super fast now. He used to be kind of slow. I'm gonna get him though. Come here. So I give up. I've been chasing him for like 2 minutes, and he's super fast. And so now I'm out of breath. I'm just gonna sit still and let him come to me. Like this guy. Go away. Go away. You're bothering me. Go away. This is Moses. Moses is a week old today. If you watch some of our previous videos, not that we have a ton, but when he was born, the day he was born, one of our translators in Africa, Rachel and I are active in an orphanage in Tonda, Cote d'Ivoire, Africa, Ivory Coast. One of our translators passed away. It wasn't from COVID. He had some pre-existing health conditions that caused him to have a heart attack. He was in his mid-20s. So his name was Moïse. Moïse is French for Moses. So we named this little guy Moses because he was our first son, first boy goat born here on the ranch. So anyway, so we've been watching Moses grow up. We didn't see him be born. We got back from the gym just probably an hour after he was born. Anyway, so little Moses has been teaching us a lot about raising kids, not our kids, but kid goats. Every day his mom, it's been real hot, it's been about 95 degrees, so every day his mom takes him and hides him. We've got a couple little caves and rock overhangs all over our property. So she takes him and she hides him, and we get real nervous, and then he keeps turning back up. So Moses is 1 week old. You guys kind of get to see him grow up a little bit, and you'll get to keep watching him grow up. In a week, he is extremely independent. He has learned to kind of keep up with the herd whenever his mom wants him to. He runs really fast. I just spent about 5 minutes trying to catch him, and he is very quick, very elusive creature. Remember, they're mountain goats, so they're fast. They can jump. He could probably jump out of this 4-foot section right now. Hopefully he doesn't try. He shouldn't need to. He's got everything he needs inside here, but if he wanted to jump, he could jump over the fence, because we had another little one who was about a month old that we were bottle feeding, and she jumped out of this fence. So we need him to be gentle and calm, so he doesn't want to jump out. He just needs to hang out and be still. So anyways, this is Moses. You guys will see him a lot in the coming days. He is our first baby born, and he'll be the only one we have born here this year. We won't have any more until next winter, next spring. So he's the first and only for now, but next year we'll have a lot of little ones running around. It'll be a good time. We're letting him raise on his mom. It's called dam raised, instead of bottle feeding him, and we'll get into the reasons of why we're doing that later. A lot of people take their newborns, their kids, and bottle raise them, so we're not doing that this year. We might next year. It has benefits and it has drawbacks, so we'll talk about those in a future video. But for now, he is being raised by his mom, and she's doing a great job, so we're real happy about that. We're gonna let him go and see where he goes. There you go, buddy. There you go, buddy. Yeah. Why are you all up on me, man? Why are you all up on me? Here you go, Moses. What are you doing? Where you going, buddy? Where you going, little buddy? So in our last video, the boys, Zeke, Kai, and Jet, they got some new little chicks. We bought them some chicks and brought them home and kind of talked about some basics of how to do it. Good news is they're still alive. We're terrible with chickens. We've had a couple chickens in the past, a few guinea pigs, and I don't know if we had gerbils or something like that. Anyway, it didn't go very well. We did not do great. So happy to announce that all 3 of our chicks are still alive. And also, I don't know exactly how it works with chickens, but our chickens are reproducing, and they shouldn't be able to reproduce yet. They look kind of small. So I'm going to show you guys what's going on down here. You can see these. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We used to have 3. They are reproducing, and I'm not a poultry expert, but I'm pretty sure that is a duck. So our chicks have multiplied and turned into a herd, or a gaggle, or something. I don't know what you call it. Anyway, so the way this happened was my 5th grader, Zeke, he graduated from 5th grade, and of course school was canceled, so they didn't get to have their normal graduation. Our nieces and nephews came over, and someone made the comment that they would like to have chicks. So someone, I think it was Rachel, I'm pretty sure it was Rachel, said, yeah, just go get some and bring them over here, and then, they can be here. Didn't expect anyone to do it, but evidently someone bought some more birds. So we're in the bird game. I don't know how fast they grow. I don't know if they're chickens or roosters, or I'm pretty sure that's a duck. And one of them kind of looks like a turkey. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens over the next few days. This little herd of birds flock? I guess it's a flock. Is it a herd or a flock? Or a gaggle? I don't know. Anyway, we got chickens, birds, ducks, something. I don't know. Rumble's trying to figure out what's going on with them too. So anyways, stay tuned for the saga of what happens with the Porter Valley Ranch poultry exhibit. It's going to be great. Looking forward to it. Alright, so thank you for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble for a little bit. Just wanted to shoot a quick little video while the kids weren't here and just kind of catch up on where we're at. Share a little bit more about why we're doing this and get to know some of the animals and some of our family members a little bit more. So we call this porch sitting. It's a newfound passion of Rachel's, where you sit on the porch. We have these nice porches, and until the quarantine we never sat on them. So porch sitting is great. Get yourself a cold drink, sit out there and enjoy company, or if you're by yourself, maybe you could shoot a video and tell complete strangers how you feel, because that seems normal. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like us. Hit the notification. We're going to try to put up a couple videos a week throughout the summer. So if you are interested in building a homestead or ranching or raising goats or just listening to somebody talk, then like us, subscribe us, notify us. I don't know all the words, but do it all. You know what I'm talking about. All right, see you guys later.